into my kitchen. It's morning over here and I came across a recipe that I wanted to try. And so that's what I'm doing today. It's called Linguica Buns. I've made linguica bread, but this one is kind of a little different. It's more in a bun, and I've seen it with different other fillings, and I wanted to try with linguica, so that's what I'm gonna do today. In here I have 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. And then I have 2 links of linguica. And I like to take the skin. It's very easy to just pull it out. I take that skin and then I'm gonna boil this. And then we're gonna ground it. And that's gonna be the filling for my buns. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I have a pot here behind me here with some water. And I'm gonna put that boiling. And when that is cooking, we'll do the dough. So in here I have 1.5 cups of water. Depending the flours, depending the day, you might need more, you might need less. If it's too soft, you might have to add some more flour. So I'm gonna put this, and it's warm, it's not hot. And I'm gonna put my yeast and my sugar and my olive oil. I always like to try different things, and I just happened to see this recipe that they do with meat, you know, or with vegetables, and I thought, I wonder what it tastes like if I make with linguica. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna just mix this so just that yeast is incorporated in the flour. And then we're gonna let it set for 5 minutes to see if it starts bubbling, and then we'll add the flour. Okay, so we'll just wait 5 minutes. Okay, friends, it's been 5 minutes. I'm gonna add my salt to my flour, and then I'm gonna change from, I'm gonna put my hook. Would be good to have it for breakfast or just for lunch. The ones that I've seen, they fry it. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna fry it or if I'm gonna bake it. So I'm gonna mix this, and then I'll show you how it comes out. I'm gonna mix, push down all that flour. And then I'm gonna mix this for maybe about 5 minutes, or until the dough starts pulling apart from the bowl. Okay, friends, it's been 5 minutes and my dough is pulling away from the sides of the bowl. I added another 1/2 cup of flour. Like I said, it all depends the flour and the weather too. So now I'm gonna take this and put it in here in this bowl, and we're gonna let it rest. Got dough all over my hands. And I made this dough in my mixer because it's just a small amount for me to try. Everything is out. Now I'm just gonna give a couple flips. And this shouldn't take long to double in size because it's a small piece, and I'm gonna put it in my oven on proof. So I'd say maybe about 30-40 minutes, it should be enough. Friends, my linguica is cooked, and now I'm gonna put it in my food processor. I boiled this linguica because I like to boil it to make it a little bit more softer, but you don't need it to boil actually, because you could have just put the whole, because this is gonna bake or fry, however you decide to do. But I think it does, when I boil it, it makes it easier to grind. And you want it ground. Oh, that smell. It just brings back how my mom used to make linguiça, ground linguiça. And when we had to go in picnics or to the beach, she would grind the linguiça and then mixed with some butter, and then she would make sandwich. Oh, put in popsicles. I still do that once in a while. Nobody in my family likes. I think it's crazy, grind the linguiça. I love it. So you want to grind it, all of it. I'm just going to add linguiça to this, but you can add any other vegetables to it, or you know, any other stuff. I'm going to add a little bit of cheese, just because I'm making this as I go along. Because like I said, I just saw somebody making these buns, but it was with sausage, and then they had some cabbage, different other things. And I thought, oh, how good would that be with linguiça? So we're gonna try. And the water that you cook this, if you decide, don't throw that water away. It makes a delicious, easy soup. That's your flavor in there. Just throw some vegetables, and you have an easy soup. Which is what I'll probably do. Okay, our linguiça is grounded. I might leave some of this to make me a sandwich, just to remember my mom. Remember those good old days. And when we were kids, we thought, oh gosh, isn't these days, can't I grow up fast enough to go with my life and be free to do what I want? Boy, we're all for a shock. And these kids don't know how good they have it today. We worked those days. Today, they don't do nothing. It doesn't do them service. So I'm going to put some cheese in here and grind it. And I happen to have some cheese cut up. And I have some St. George cheese and some cheddar cheese. We had a party a couple of days ago, and that was left over. So mix all that and we'll see. Okay, I used to go around the island and we would have linguiça sandwich. I have another mix of other cheese. So, you know, this will make a nice breakfast. Slice some eggs, scrambled eggs, make this bread. These buns. So now I'm gonna mix all this. And like I said, they fried them. I think I'm gonna try them both and see what I like best. Of course, probably the fried. Who doesn't like fried food? Okay, here's my mixture for my buns. Okay, chorizo and cheese, cheddar cheese, St. George cheese, whatever cheese you have. I'm gonna keep this in the fridge till my buns are ready, and then we'll shoot. My dough has double in size. So now we're gonna shape it. I'm gonna put some flour in my board so it won't stick. Put a little bit more over. And I'm gonna cut it in half and then I'm gonna try to cut this into 6, so it will give me 12 buns. Okay, make sure it doesn't stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The same here. It's too big. And you can put flour or in your hands. And now we want to shape them into balls. And that's what we want. Bring all the ends together. And if you need more flour. Okay, friends, I rolled all my little buns into little balls. Now I want to shape them into about 4-inch diameter. So I'm going to roll them until they're, like I said, 4-inch diameter. And I'm going to do a couple, roll them, and then start filling them. And they don't have to be perfectly round, so we're going to shape them. Make sure you have flour on the board. You know, this could be used, this is just bread dough. If you don't want to make all this, you can make the, if you're making bread, or if you buy the bread dough, you can do this. Okay. Make sure to take all the excess flour. So now, I'm going to put a good scoop of dough in here, and I'm going to bring these ends together and kind of fold them, almost like an accordion. And then what it does, and I probably filled up too much, and what it does, it starts closing the ball. I think I put too much. And just stuff it in there. And that's all you do. Here's my first one. Make sure they're all closed in. One spoon. Bring the 2 ends and keep folding, or wherever you find it easy to bring all these ends together. Then put it down and make sure that it's sealed. And then this is gonna rest for another 20 minutes so they can puff up a little bit more. And then I'm gonna fry some and I'm gonna bake some so we can see the difference, which ones taste better. Twist them, push it down, and here it is. I'm gonna spread them out so they can have enough space to rise. I'm gonna put them back in the oven to keep them for 30 minutes, just to make them puffy. Okay, friend, I'm gonna brush some egg wash over these that I'm gonna bake so they get all nice and golden. And I have my oven preheated at 350, and we'll see. I'd say maybe about 30 minutes to 40 minutes this should be cooked. It's more to cook the dough because everything else inside is cooked. They look nice and puffy. I just finished frying the ones I wanted to try to fry. So now we'll see how these do. And you can make this and put it in a freezer. There you go. Here they go to the oven. Okay, friends, my buns are done. Look at this. How beautiful is this? And I'm gonna put it in this tray here. Some of them burst. No problem there. I fried some, but I think I like better the bake. I haven't tasted, but by looking at it, I like better the baked ones. Here it is, my linguica buns. Fried. Here's my linguica buns. These are the fries and these are the baked. Let's test it. That's the best part of all this. Gotta test it. I had a small one here that kind of was bursting. They're hot. I just took them out of the oven. Whew. Look at that. And the linguica, spread it out through the bread. Very hot. Something you can make it, and then you can freeze it. You can freeze them still uncooked, and then just throw them in the oven. Take them the day before, let them thaw out, let them rise a little bit, just like you do bread from the freezer, and then just bake it. How easy is this? Very hot. So good. Let's try the original recipe is frozen. Not the same. Nope. Not fried. No good. I might have to throw these back in the oven. No, I don't like it. I prefer the baked. It is so good. my experiment. I saw somebody do sausage buns with different fillings, with cabbage, more like oriental kind of filling. And I thought, why not try with linguica and cheese? See how it comes out. And here it is. Beautiful. They are just beautiful. The original they fried, just like pot stickers. And actually they fried them and steamed them. I fried it, I didn't steam and don't care for it. Won't do it again, but I will bake it. I will make these ahead of time, freeze them. Then once they're, freeze them individual. Then once they're frozen, put them in a Ziploc bag. And then you can take one or two, whatever you want, and bake it. Especially for that family that has kids. And you slice this in half, and you put an egg in there. Scrambled egg or a fried egg. It's better than McDonald's English muffins. You don't know what's in it. So anyway, you give it a try, especially as we go for the summer months and, you know, we have our kids at home and they're always hungry. They always want something to snack. Make some of these. I wish my granddaughters will. I will save these for my granddaughters. They will eat this, but my two grandsons, they won't. Hopefully one day, but not right now. But make it easy for yourself. And I bet if you put this in the air fryer, it can do the same thing. It can bake in no time. So anyway, you give it a try to this recipe. Give me some feedback. If this is something you enjoyed it, if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. And until next time, let's get cooking and baking.